This is an introduction to a great little tool that I have used in the past, and I think it would be very helpful for some of the people that I know, so I might send this video to them. It's a price point calculator. Calculating how to set the price for your products and services is a real trickiness, and um, often you might assume that there is actually a technique, and that in fact there isn't really a defined technique. But this tool here makes it a little bit easier to try and get a handle on how to set your pricing, because your pricing is the crossroads, it's the junction between your expenses and your income. And if you don't set it right and if you don't work it out properly, it can really cause you problems. And I must say, I got this tool from a book called E-Myth Mastery by Michael E. Gerber. It's a great book, and I would recommend reading it. I still haven't learned all the lessons in it, but this is just something that's great. So let's get started. This is the price tool here, for a basic product. I've outlined the areas in green as the areas that you can actually fill in. And so let's see if we work our way down, using maybe sort of an example product that maybe costs price per unit sold, cost of the product that we're selling. Say we were sort of estimating that we might want to sell it for about 49 euros. Then we estimate that we might sell 100 of them, and then we need to work out the variable costs that it would take to actually make each of those units. So that's the cost per good on an individual basis. So say this widget that we're making, we have to build it out of maybe paper and some other sort of very low cost items, and maybe the total cost for each item would only cost overall maybe 10 cents, or maybe let's be sort of let's be generous with the amount of money that we're spending. Let's say 50 cents on this particular item, and then say that our fixed expenses for the business. Now this what this actually, you can actually see straight away the sales revenue based on this would be, you would bring in 4,900 euros of income. The variable cost overall, it will cost you 50 euros to achieve that income, and the contribution to the business, which is the amount of money that you would be able to get back after taking out the cost of goods, would be 4,850. And you can actually see that as a percentage wise. There's 100% starting point, 1% is spent on cost of goods, and then 99% remains. And so once you've got the 99%, you then need to extract the amount of money you're spending on lighting and heating and all the other sort of costs that go into the business. So say the cost of running your business is maybe 10,000, if you put your rent and your light and your heat, and maybe the cost of some workers and so on that are actually doing this, doing sort of auxiliary work, ancillary work. So maybe we put in 10,000, and that's a very simple example, and straight away you would know that model doesn't work, because the profit is you're actually working at a loss of 5,150. It turns red, which is good in this little spreadsheet model. But it actually tells you at the bottom. This is the great part. It says at the bottom that if you were to use that model with this amount of fixed expenses, that amount of variable cost per unit, you're selling that many units and so on, it would say, well, actually, you need to sell 206 exactly just to break even with the cost of your business without making any profit. And the break-even sales revenue, you have to bring in a minimum of 10,103 euros to break even. And that's a great little way of just kind of confirming. And you can look at the maths here and sort of figure this out yourself. And I figured it out myself by looking at the maths, and I rebuilt this in a spreadsheet. You can always email me if you want a copy of this at getstarted@marketmyselfonline.com. So that's the basic outline of a single product. But you might say, well, what if I have more than one product? Well, there's actually a way in the book to have a look at doing that. So if I come over here, and I've got another tool that's basically the same as we had before, which is the baseline pricing, the sort of the top feature, but you notice that only one feature is coloured green here. That's where I'm going to enter my amount. This is going to be the fixed expenses for the whole business, which say we start again and we say it's 10,000 for the whole business, and then you can actually work down, and each one of these is a separate product. Product 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've only done up to 7 on this model, but you can model a lot more products if you happen to have more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way down. So say I have the original product, say it's a loss leader, I'm selling it for 49 euros. I'm selling, let's be generous this time around, say we estimate to sell 200, say the cost is 10 cents or 50 cents as we said before. Say that say we then we want to cover maybe 50% of our fixed costs. So 50% of our business costs for the whole business is taken out of the profit made by this product. Now we can see that at the moment we're not making very much actual profit. These figures start to get a little bit complicated, and sometimes they're irrelevant because when you're looking at overall business figures, they don't often take into account the minutiae of the business. But let's just follow along. I hope I haven't confused you too much yet. But let's just look at the second product we're going to open up here. We're going to open up a second product line, and we're going to say that this second product say it's a monthly product. Say it's 19 euros a month for some service or product, and say that we want to spread that over the year. So we could put this in here. We could say this is equal to 19 times 12 months, and then say so that gives us our price per unit sold. So for each unit sold we'd get 228 euros on average. Well, hopefully we'd put it in terms and conditions in this particular instance, and we would actually get that amount of money. But units sold, say we sell even maybe 30 of those, okay, and say the variable cost to provide that service is minimal. Maybe it's an online service, and you just have to provide a hosting. So you would say is equal to maybe a hosting package, which would be maybe 70 euros per year, plus maybe some sort of front end kind of providing sort of I don't know, some other server package, maybe some graphic design or things like this to provide the service online. So I estimate that for each product that well, actually, if it's a server package, we would do the total cost of the server package divided by the number of units sold, because we'd be able to put each of those customers into the single server package, and that would then cover the cost of the server package split across all of those customers that we're providing the service for. And then we might add in some graphic design and so on. So say we add in 20, well, maybe be really generous, $50 of graphic design. This should, if we do our fixed expenses to say 50% of our fixed expenses, we can see now that we would need to sell 28 to break even, and our break even sales revenue would be 6,490. Now, what we now see is that at the top we're actually running at a total profit of, it's not a deficit, it's a profit here, which is really great. We know that if we sell 200 of our fixed cost items at 49 euros and do 30 of our monthly 19 euros a month items, then we would be able to make a profit of 5,000 over the course of the year, and interestingly cover 10,000 in fixed expenses for our business. So we would actually be turning a profit, and a nice profit in this particular model. Our total sales revenue would be 16,000, and we'd be making, a quarter of that back, 4,900 back, nearly 5,000 back in profit. So that shows us that we can go from looking at a simple product that says this is making a loss to a larger product. Say we actually do this like we were making. Say if we go here and we repeat this exact, and we play with this, we say maybe this was 100. Then now we're saying we're only making a profit of 120 now that we've taken that down to 100. So we can sort of play with these figures really quickly and get a feel for what's going on with our business. We've got the total profit there, and then we've got the the breakdown for each product, and then it's been collated up here into kind of a total section, which gives us a total profit. And I recommend that if you do want to use this, it's a great tool that you look at the figures and kind of get a better feel for it. And hopefully I haven't confused you too much, and hopefully you've watched this and actually seen what a great tool this is. Okay.